I hear a lot of killers say that Legion is one of the weakest killers in the game, but anytime I inquire about it, it seems that they're playing him as he was designed to be played, which is like playing Hillbilly as he was meant to be played. People have adapted to using Hillbilly's power primarily from ability rather than insta-downs, and to play Legion optimally, you have to adapt to chase breaking instead of the constant frenzy hitting to get the down. Here's my personal 5-step system for playing Legion. Step 1, use Bloodhound. Step 2, get the frenzy hits to start deep wounds. Step 3, break the chase and follow the blood trail. Step 4, this will vary depending on how the survivor plays. Step 5, get your hook. Let's start with step 1. In my opinion, Bloodhound is the most powerful perk you can use on Legion. The survivor's best hope against Legion is to lose them while they mend, and Bloodhound makes this near impossible to do. Not only is following after them after Frenzy is over simpler, but one of the more common ways survivors escape Legion is by rapid direction changing after getting Frenzy hits. Because Legion is moving faster than normal and has no scratch marks while in Frenzy, this can be problematic, but blood marks are actually visible while in Frenzy, so you can pick up on survivors you may have lost otherwise. Also, one of the more common strategies against Legion at this point is just not to heal past the injured state. But if survivors do that while you have Bloodhound, they make themselves significantly easier to find, and probably won't realize it for a while. Moving on to step 2. Getting your Feral Frenzy hits is pretty self-explanatory, but a few quick tips for those that might need them. It's usually best to wait till you get a deal closer to the survivor before activating Frenzy. Right after they vault a window or drop a pallet is generally a good time to activate it and charge. Also, be careful of pallet loops. Getting pallet stunned is one of the most potent counters against Legion, and survivors will be trying to do it as often as possible. My general strategy is to get close, but wait to see what they do with the pallet before getting in its stun range. If they drop it, I activate Frenzy and go for the hit. If they try to continue the loop, I'll also activate Frenzy and usually get to them before they can loop back to the pallet. After you get your Frenzy hits in, you'll want to calculate how long the deep wounds timer will take to down the survivor. The full base timer for deep wounds is 30 seconds, so if you get the first Frenzy hit but can't get a second, it'll take 30 seconds for the base deep wounds to time out. All base Frenzy hits remove 10 seconds from the timer, so if you get the first Frenzy hit to start deep wounds and manage to follow up with a second hit to lower the timer, it'll take 20 seconds to drain the bar. Frank's mixtape will change the amount deep wounds time is removed from the base 10 seconds to 15 seconds. So if you have that add-on equipped and get 2 hits out of Feral Frenzy, it'll be 15 seconds left till deep wounds times out. Stab Wound Study changes the base deep wound time from 30 seconds to 25 seconds. So if you only get the first hit with stab wounds, it'll be a 25-second countdown. Getting a second hit with stab wounds will change that to 15 seconds. And if you get the second hit with stab wounds while using Frank's mixtape, it brings it all the way down to 10 seconds. Now that we know how long it will take to down the survivor, it's time to move on to step 3. Break the chase and start that deep wound timer countdown. There are actually a few ways to do this. Most of you may have heard the moonwalking, where you turn around and follow them backwards, but even though this is probably the most popular method, it's not the best. Chase is determined by a few things. First, the survivor needs to be visible near the center of your view. Second, the survivor has to be running. Chase won't start if they're standing still, crouch walking, or just regular walking. Third, the survivor has to be within a certain radius. The moonwalking strategy takes advantage of the first requirement of visibility, but not only will it make it harder to follow the survivor, it'll also take longer to break the chase. The requirement that's best focused on is proximity. Breaking the proximity requirement actually ends the chase immediately, rather than a timeout after a while, like breaking visibility does. Not to mention, it also allows you to keep an eye on the survivor and get a general idea of where they're running off to. The best way to break chase is to identify which direction the survivor is running off in, and then keep your eyes on them, but move backwards while doing so. Them running forward and you moving backwards is the quickest way to break the proximity requirement and therefore end the chase. Once you hear the chase music die, or you see the hunting points from chase pop up on the HUD, start following the survivor if they're still visible, or just go to the last place you saw them and look for the blood trail. This brings us to step 4, which is where Legion completely flips the script on normal survivor gameplay. Rather than trying to lose a Legion using this strategy, the survivor actually needs to reinitiate the chase, which means staying both in sight and in chase proximity, but staying out of hit range. As you get better with Legion, you'll learn how to deny them from reinitiating the chase by being able to keep track of their location without directly looking at them. And then it'll fall to the survivor to mind game the killer into moving in a fashion that allows them to start the chase again, which is a humorous change from the usual standard of the killer having to mind game the survivor. Fortunately, most of the time, the survivor won't know how to play against Legion in this fashion, and they'll just keep running away, and all you have to do is follow them till they stop to mend or just collapse from deep wounds. Their second most popular strategy is running to a pallet, start mending, and waiting to drop it on you. For these survivors, walk close to the pallet while not looking directly at the survivor and see if they drop it on you. If they do, break the pallet or walk around, depending on which allows you to keep avoiding the chase. If they just keep waiting at the pallet when you get close enough, go to the side where they can't see exactly what you're doing, and then just lunge around the corner. If they didn't drop the pallet immediately, they won't be able to react to this in time and will go down. While those two types of survivors are easy to deal with, eventually you will run into the survivors that actually know how to play against Legion. They'll do things like go through building windows you need to follow them through, and make it look like they ran to the side, only to run in the front of your field of vision while you crawl through the window. If the survivor is intelligent enough, you won't be able to stop them from restarting the chase, so you have to judge the distance between you and them, and decide whether you want to close the gap like normal and try to get the hit, or whether you should just break the chase again to restart the deep wounds counter. At this point, I realize I failed to mention, you obviously don't need to wait till the full timeout of deep wounds. If the survivor is close enough to you, and the deep wounds timer is low enough, if the deep wound timer has less than a third of the bar left, you can down a survival with a Feral Frenzy hit, or if you have Frank's mixtape, they only need half the bar left. Finally, we reach step 5, which requires no explanation. Just put the down survivor on the hook. To finish out this video, I'll show you a Legion game of my own, where you can see how I use chase breaking to get fast downs. Haddonfield. I don't know how I like this. Oh, nice way of telling me where you are. What did you do? Drop a pallet? Are you supposed to be the person that runs me around? Okay, I gave you too much leeway there. Oh, well. That's a fast first down. Guessing you thought I was a different killer or something. Oh, shoot. Maybe I should have gone with Discordance. There's no way you're in my terror radius yet. How did you break that? Oh, I should have seen that. Wait, did you? Oh, that's right.
like they all spawned over here, so they're probably racing to the other survivor now. What? How many was that? Are they all? Yeah, all three over there. Okay, okay. How are you gonna run this one on me? That was open. Okay, maybe I should have been better. I got distracted by the other survivor. Oh no, you're looping me. Whatever will I... Did you just... Oh, it's the second time. Oh wait. Crap, which generator were they on? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, another one's on here. Okay, I thought I was further back, but this game. Did you? Oh shoot. Okay. Got the obsession of it. There's no way you just, okay. Feel stupid. Oh. Oh, you chose a poor place to drop. Upstairs and... You're probably on the window waiting for this, huh? Oh, she went with you. She's leaving. Yep, blood. Okay. I thought you had balanced landing. Okay. Doesn't matter how much you shoot here. Alright. The Firehouse. We're not in the Myers house. And you're leaving a blood trail for me too. Very considerate. Wait, what? How? Oh, you went in. Okay, I see. Oh! Again, you don't get to use Decisive Strike. Oh, do the locker trick. The locker trick will definitely... Oh, wait, what? Well, you did trick me for a bit. The Bloodhound. It's godly. Oh. Well, I guess you're probably gonna find the totem after this. Or maybe not. I didn't realize that. Ooh. Maybe I should have hit the other one. I'll let him finish that. Just into this. What are you doing? Oh, you let your friend die. If I find the hatch before you, this is gonna get ugly. Yeah, too close to the... Oh, a general idea where you are. Yeah, I should have hit her. Then I would have had a blood trail at least. Yeah, she's not the type to save friends, so she's looking for the hatch. Find some scratch marks. Poor guy. Now for the ever fun hatch game. That's a pretty big map now I think about it. How long the loop's gonna take. Alright. Let's try to do a fake out with this. See if she comes at me if I just stand still. Oh. This is such exciting gameplay. Ah, come on. Just find it or come at me. Oh! She did the old... Oh, crap! Oh, never mind. I have a hook at range. Scared me for a second, but... Yeah, the same greedy stuff that... I love the fake hatch camp. I didn't realize she was injured, though. I honestly thought she... full health.